turn wailing off there because we don't want any copyright infringements. Pull the window back up. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the 18th of April, 2018. Get the glasses cleaned off here, a little dusty. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Not very blue, but lots of high clouds. I don't think it's supposed to rain today. That's a plus. We've been getting lots and lots of rain lately. A whole series of storms blowing across. We get them first and then we send them off to the rest of the country. Put a wipage on the windshield here, get the pollen bits off. Got a hangnail or something growing on my pinky, and boy, it's sore. But I can't find it. Keep picking at it, which is probably not helping much, but these days I'll figure it out and get her yanked out of there. Well, let's cruise on into work. Car says it's 55 degrees outside today. I believe it. No traffic. Pull out onto our brand new asphalt. See how smooth this is? Yeah. Got a low spot right here, though, that keeps collecting water. And there's a drain in my neighbor's yard, and this time of year water's always pouring out of it, so it's just keeping the road constantly wet. Oh well. He's complained to the city about it, and the city says it's from the park, so he got a hold of the HOA, and the HOA says no, it's the city's problem, and nobody wants to fix it, so we just have water running down our street all the time. Don't know if it's a busted water main somewhere or just drainage. But yeah, we're halfway through April already. And it has been a wet one. I think we are on track to have, I was reading in the paper the other day, to have the wettest April on history for the Pacific Northwest. And we get a lot of rain in the Pacific Northwest. Last year was I believe, our wettest spring on record. Spring and winter, if I remember right. So we're not worried about water up here, although 1,000 miles to the south, California's hurting. But they've been getting a few big storms here lately that's helping their snowpack. And I think we're at 112% or something like that. There, last I heard, it was like 40. Other than the weather, not a whole lot exciting going on. The road construction, that is done. They cleaned up all their gravel piles and asphalt and all their extra stuff. We'll take the back road here. I got a couple extra minutes left, a few minutes early. My hours have adjusted a little bit. I'm starting a little bit later in the day. Mainly because parking was getting so hard at 10 o'clock in the morning that I'd spend 45 minutes to an hour circling the lot looking for a spot. I still go in early on Tuesdays for a meeting, but one day a week I can handle. And if I get there early enough, I can snag a parking spot from somebody on day shift who sneaks out for lunch. They usually leave, 10-15 minutes early. We get a half-hour lunch at work, and half hour is not enough time to get out of the building into your car, drive someplace to get something to eat. So people usually sneak out a little bit early. Actually got in an argument with a guy a couple weeks ago. Pulled in, took a parking spot, and he came in right behind me and yelled at me because I stole his parking spot. He ran out to get something to eat, and that was his spot. Your name's not on it, pal. You ain't keeping this. I wrote his license number down, but nothing happened to the car, so he was pretty upset. Funny how This me mentality that's ruling the world right now makes people so inconsiderate. But it was my fault for stealing his spot, so. Neat old Jeep pickup truck still in use out on the pasture there. Yeah, spring is sprung here in the Northwest. The trees are all leafing out. Buds are popping open. You can see in the tree back there by the house, pink flowers growing. Another few weeks and all the trees will be nice and lush again. And see what we got for traffic here. Oh, nothing. Nice. I got one car cresting the hill behind me, but he's 100 yards behind me yet, so we're up to 50, 55, 56, we're good. Yeah, I've been out to the brother's place, not for the last couple weekends. It's been just so wet and other things going on. But I've got a video I need to put together yet for some clearing of the track. You've seen the cars. They're pretty much caught up to date as they sit right now. We have not done any racing. My car's been getting beat to snot because it's just kind of fun. But we'll do a few things to them, prep them for the race, and then go hammer on them for a little bit. Pretty much anything we've been doing has just been drive across the yard and pull the e-brake and slide it sideways. It's just so wet and slick out there. A lot of people have said, get snow chains, put snow tires on, mud tires. Nah. We're not spending that kind of money on these things. The whole point was to keep street tires on them, to make them want to slide. Kind of a built-in handicap. Oh, we can make it. We got it. We got it. Jump in front of Mr. Handa here. It's just been kind of fun. The only time I've been stuck, or times I've been actually stuck, was because I high-centered the car. I've got lower ground clearance than Kevin's car, so I've bottomed mine out on tree roots and some different things. But I mean, it still goes through, even with just regular street tires, and they're not bald street tires, so. Actually, brand new rubber on that car pretty much. Same with Kevin's, which is helping. But we'll do a few things to him here, possibly this coming weekend. He sent me an email, I haven't replied yet, but Sonya's going to want to get over in front of me now, aren't they? Yep. There's nobody behind and they had plenty of opportunity. Now we're going to hit the brakes in front of me. And I got the Silverado behind me that keeps creeping up on the back bumper and backing off. But yeah, it's been fun. The poor old Heap, don't know what's going on with it. It may be on its last legs. We're having electrical issues, as longtime viewers can recall. That thing has always had electrical issues. And it seems to keep coming back to the factory security system on that Jeep, which is built into the computer. There's no way to bypass it. Really, right now, the only true fix is to buy a new computer, and then you have to have it flashed for the VIN code and code the key to the computer. And that's several $100s. I'm not spending several $100s on that Jeep. I'd rather just scrap it, take that several $100s and go buy maybe a little bit older Cherokee if I decide to go that route, and basically start over from scratch. But the motor still runs, transmission still shifts, four-wheel drive still works. But we're going to let it dry out this spring because I think everything's just so wet. Corrosion on the contacts, and we'll see if that helps. Then we'll at least run it through the summer, and if not, I don't know, pull the wheels and tires off maybe. I'll have to talk to Kevin if he wants to get a replacement for it. It's his property ultimately, and there's enough vehicles out there as it is right now. If he doesn't want to get a replacement, then I could probably sell those for a little bit of money, but 31 by 1150 bias ply swampers. Maybe somebody would buy them. But I'm not interested in pulling the motor and trans or any of that stuff. It'll just all go as one unit. I was thinking the other night it was kind of funny when we pulled the doors and hatch off that thing. I got so many comments about, you're just going to kill that thing, it's going to fold in half. It's still a solid vehicle. It's just got the electrical problems. That's what kills most cars. When you look at my little race car, my little Mitsubishi, that thing, it ran when I looked at it. Could not get it to start when I went to go pick it up, when I agreed to buy it. Okay, come on, Mr. Minivan. Get in front of me and then slow down. And then tried starting it for the reveal video, as you saw, it just cranked. And then let it sit for a week or so. Had a couple of dry days. That was back in early March. Just let everything dry out real good and it fired right up. Kevin was thinking there were some serious problems with it. No, it runs. But everything was just so wet. That car had been sitting for all winter. It got hit, I believe it was last fall. That's when the accident happened. It sounds like it's got a rod knock when you drive it, but it's actually just the AC compressor clunking. I think it got bent in the accident. It's right on the front of the engine. It took a hit, so it's clunking. But the car does stall out on occasion. But it starts right back up, so. It'll be fun just to hammer on. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Just been wet. This last Saturday, it was recorded as the wettest weekend day in Seattle in history, since, records were kept. So, and I think I'm up over 2 inches of rain for this week alone, and it's only Wednesday, but it's supposed to be dry for the rest of the week. I think year to date, we're sitting right about 16 inches. So it's been pretty wet. I don't remember what we were last year. I was watching it pretty close last year, but I didn't record any of the numbers. I want to say May time frame, we were at 30 inches or something like that. It was a wet year. We got a dump truck up ahead, so he's going to be holding up traffic. Everybody's going to hit the throttle to slingshot up into him, and now we're all on the brakes. He's doing 32 up the hill, 31 up the hill right now, fully loaded with gravel. Now everybody's doing the, what do they call that? The slinky action. Brakes on, brakes off, accelerate. Hit the brakes, slow down. Let's keep it forth, Mr. Malibu here. We'll just let all the speed demons go past. This dude's got his four-ways on. He does have a burnt-out brake light, but it's not burnt out. It's kind of flickering a little bit. There's a little downhill here. That'll help him. Should have his tarps over his load, though. It's heaped up over the side rails of his dump box. Almost up to 50. We're going to scoot over to the right-hand lane anyway once it opens up. Nobody on the right side. Blinker on. Roll the throttle on. The fifth gear. We're at 60 now. 64, 65 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. That's good enough. I can't think anything else to yak about. Allergies have been bugging me for the last couple weeks. I'm sure they're only going to get worse as the spring really kicks off here in the coming weeks. Somebody went off the road there into the fence. Looks like they may have rolled over. Yeah, I think Easter weekend was the last time I went out to Kevin's to play. Last weekend, Sunday, was glass blowing with Mom and the other brother that you don't really see on YouTube much. Made a paperweight. Don't know when I'll get down there to pick that up. It was fun. I haven't made one of those yet. Little something different. Yeah, little cruise finally rolled 37,000 miles. Probably plan on an oil change here in another couple of months. Just had one back in January, I think it was. They're saying it was due the 6th of this month, but probably just get into a habit of twice a year doing it. Usually do it about once a year, but it doesn't cost that much. If it helps prolong the life of the car, then great. I drove this thing down to Tacoma and still averaged almost 42 miles to the gallon, doing 65 and 70, staying with traffic. So, good little car. No new major damage on any of the corners. Just about there, but second shift parking is open, so we'll just pull in and grab one of those. This guy's gonna, he's moving over. Had a guy walking down the center of the laneway here on his phone the other day. I stopped because I couldn't get around him with other vehicles, and boy, he gave me a dirty look. A lot of people in today, either that or it's a lot of first shift folks stealing second shift parking spots. There, good enough for me. Alrighty, first gear, parking brake on, engine off. built off. That's going to do it for this trip. Y'all be good. Thanks for tagging along. Hope I didn't bore you to tears too much. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.